Sword of omens, give me sight beyond sight.
That's fantastic.
Yes. Holy shit.
Oh my god. Some people should not be allowed to buy a helicopter.
Or maybe more people should be able to buy a helicopter. Oh, bullshit.
It's like fun though.
Ready, guys?
Oh shit.
Oh my god, he just ran in.
I'll just chop off heads.
Oh shit, let's go. Yo, what's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome to this week's B2P. How y'all doing tonight? Let me get rid of this is the meeting chat. I don't want to see that. Shout out to Dadbot. Oh no, I'm opening my mini studio. Shout out to Dadbot, the pilot of the week, fucking tearing it up. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Shout out John Burjohn, FPV. Happy motherfucking birthday.
Happy birthday, bud.
And I believe Darkwing Ducks was yesterday, today, yesterday.
Was.
Fucking happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
And speaking of Darkwing, we got him coming up on the 22nd for an interview. We're super excited about that. Let's go! It doesn't trigger. I need a MIDI. I need my keyboard, you know. Fucking bang, 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 bang. We could drop some beats.
We should definitely do that one.
Dude, I remember doing that shit with me and Vince fucking way back.
The after party, dude. Go hard.
Go hard.
This would be 6 a.m. in those days.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants. What's up, chat? How the fuck y'all doing? Y'all staying? I don't want to hear about you Florida Southerner motherfuckers. Just shh. But all my Midwest and Northern folks, y'all fucking staying warm out there. Y'all staying warm. Fucking, I wonder how Trinity's doing, because I think they had like Texas. Her part of Texas always gets fucked up weather, like
yeah,
ice and
armpit
shit.
status.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You guys
Adjust,
fucking
for sure.
surviving out there? Anybody manage to have some ice fun packs? Fuck that shit.
Fun snowpacks.
Fun snowpacks. Darkwing is frozen.
Not here. We're just wet as fuck. It's like I moved to Seattle apparently.
Bro, well, that's how it was here for ages. Was wet as fuck, and then it just clamped down on the
Darkwing, Marcel.
clamped down on that bullshit. What's up, Ben? How you doing?
Marcel, Off Axis is offering free circumcisions by props.
Nice.
Ooh,
Wait. What size props?
Yeah,
Depends.
bro. Yeah, dude. I mean,
Yikes.
that's the worst part of those is it was just fucking swampland here, and then it decides to
Yeah.
freeze. So now it's just off, and then when it thaws, it's gonna be all fucking swampland again. It's fucking
Yeah,
bullshit,
Jesus. I don't miss that shit, dude. I
bro.
don't miss snow like that, cold like
We don't have
that.
any snow though, hardly. We got a little when that big ass storm, but it wasn't. It
Yeah.
didn't last very long. This last couple days have been like, dude, Waldo looked like he was about to get snowed in, like for real, and like we got
Yeah.
we got bullshit here, like, but it was just
New
cold.
York
Winter still hasn't really showed up here at all.
I don't think New York got any snow yet, right?
Like,
New York
we've
never
gotten
gets
a tiny
anything
bit,
fucking.
but
No, I mean like no snow. Like it's like the longest streak ever. The last day I heard people talking about.
I
It was
believe
like
it.
280 days.
fucking the whole East Coast is fucking we haven't really gotten much of a winter at all.
Well, New
That's
York,
not a bad
New York
thing,
definitely.
No, I'm not complaining.
The last fucking I don't even know how many fucking years in the city.
We've had some cold days.
We might get a fucking like a blizzard. We'd have snow for like
Blizzard,
two, 3 days tops, and then it'd be a wrap. And then it might happen once, maybe twice a year in the winter, if that. And then the rest of New York was pretty mild. The only bitch is go down to Manhattan when it's fucking cold and windy, and it's a wrap.
It's the worst.
It's a wrap because the fucking wind cutting through them buildings is just gnarly.
Cuts your ass,
It
dude.
will fucking.
Bro, you don't
going
have
on,
to tell
Blizzard?
me about it. I worked
Bro.
on high rise in Manhattan for
Yeah.
20 years. I fucking know all about it.
Yeah.
On the West Side Highway, in the middle of the
Oh,
winter,
dude.
60 stories up.
West
Forget
Side.
it.
Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that shit, dude.
I don't envy you that shit one bit because I've spent enough time doing gigs out there on the fucking, just getting,
Yeah,
coming,
it's
going,
brutal.
fucking working over at Javits, fucking doing the shit on the piers.
I was working on the Freedom Tower on the 96th floor, bro, in the dead of winter, and they had tarps because they heat the floors underneath so that the heat raises to the concrete.
Uh-huh.
And it was so windy and so cold that the tops were blowing off the building, and they had a whole crew of guys just putting tops back up all day. But I'm telling you, I spent 24
Jeez.
years.
Was this on the
24 years.
reconstruction or on the
This
construction?
is on the Freedom Tower. Yeah,
Yeah.
Freedom Tower. Yep. But
Holy
it's 24
shit.
years of the business. That is the day that stands out to me as the coldest day.
Bro,
I've
you
ever
get
seen
up in
my
that
life.
motherfucker and you can feel it rock when on a windy day. You
Oh,
can,
yeah.
you can feel the Freedom Tower. It moves when you get up there. We were talking about this a little bit before the show, but fucking I was doing sound up in there one day, and what's his name, Silverstein, was the keynote.
Huh.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
so like, yeah, well, it was interesting. I'll just say that. I also ran sound for
Really, though?
I ran sound for
Silverstein?
Biz Marquee up in that shit too. So
What? Oh, rest in peace, homie. Jesus. The man, the myth. That's crazy.
I've done a lot of gigs in the tower, actually. Yeah, I've done a lot of gigs in all sorts of weird places in the city.
That's pretty awesome, dude.
Biz Marquee was the shit. That's where that
shit,
picture
dude.
came from. I posted on Facebook is from that gig. It was back in the day.
That's fucking awesome.
I ran into him a
What
few
were we
times
talking
along
about?
the way. We were
Now
talking
all I can
about
think
fucking
about is
windy
Biz
ass
Marquee.
bullshit way up in the air, but
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, fucking
Heating concrete, being cold as fuck.
that building's nuts, man. The Freedom Tower. I wouldn't envy anybody being up there. Well, that's why I'm really a big fan of them trying to allow
Fucking
drones.
those big hanging fucking just
Well, dude.
heavy ass balls. That's all I can say.
What I
Work
was,
out on
what I was
that
about to
shit.
say, what I'm about to say though is like fucking. So they're talking about opening up drones to be used in the city because so many people that work scaffs, like to do facade and building inspections, they have to build a scaff. And when you're building a scaff for 100-story plus building or whatever the fuck it is, it's like that takes a shit ton of time. Lots of people get hurt. Blah blah blah, shit happens. It's like making the buildings, you know what I mean? It's the worst fucking kind of environment. And you could 3D scan them shits in a day or two, you know what I mean, with a drone.
Yeah.
You don't need to fucking send all those guys up there, you know.
God damn. Could you imagine the cost cut?
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
have you
no,
ever built
it's-
scaffold?
That's why.
You ever built
It's-
scaffold and just imagine building scaffold that
Well, yeah,
takes
that's what
a
I'm saying.
year
I've
to
done it
build
in
and
a
then take
house
back
once,
down.
you know?
Like, could you
But,
could you
yeah,
I saw a
imagine?
video of a
imagine.
drone
Fuck no.
cleaning the windows
Can't
of the side of a
imagine.
building.
Country
before.
ass boy. What are you talking about?
Bro, fucking build
That shit is
scaffold,
insane
bro.
to me already. Just going up an elevator that far is like,
Oh, wow,
dude,
nope
you
to
kidding
me.
me? If you get over the fear of heights quick
Do
when
you
you work in
remember?
that
I
business.
bet.
Because it's all you do. When you work on high-rise construction, bro, forget it. I mean, you're hanging off the side of what I did. I was a finisher. You hang off the side of the fucking building, trailing edges. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
But you
that's
get used
nuts,
to it
man.
real quick.
Well, dude, you
Yeah.
might remember because you would have been in the city still, probably about 18, 19. There was those guys got stuck. Maybe it was even earlier than that. Fucking those dudes got stuck. The window washers, the fucking skiff.
Oh,
Fucked
yeah,
up. You
I
remember
remember
that? They were fucking. I saw them in person.
They had
were
them
like
on live
fucking
news, yeah.
way up, fucking on the side of this building. Couldn't get down. They were trying to figure out how the fuck they were gonna get them. It was a fucking shit show. It was on the news.
Oh, I've
it
seen
was
some.
like, what the fuck,
I've
bro?
seen some horrible shit in my day.
I can
bro.
imagine.
Horrible. I mean, I'm talking terrible deaths I've seen. 24 years in the business, you see a lot of shit, bro. I'll never forget the most eerie one that sticks out like a sore thumb was September 11th, 2002. Okay? The 1 year anniversary, September 11th, I'm working for Sabora. And it was like a really eerie day because the wind was blowing like 100 miles an hour. It was just like this crazy wind that was uncalled for. Long story short, a piece of plywood blew off of the deck on the top deck. I think we were on like the 17th or 18th floor. Full 4x8 sheet of plywood and chopped this guy in half, bro. Hit him in his shoulder. Hit him in his shoulder and it just went right through him like a guillotine. True story. I wasn't standing next to him when it happened, but I seen the after effects of it. That's shit like that is what you see in construction in New York if you're in it long enough.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I was on a job when a crane hit the building
awesome.
downtown. And two guys died. Fucking my buddy Charlie Muller, he was hanging off the building. He was
I remember
by the
that.
rebar.
No
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, you see some crazy shit.
That's fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking cranes fucking up is no joke. That's
Yeah.
like I said, the good thing is not that I want to take anybody out of work by any means, especially in this current fucking situation, but like to kind of help with the some of that with using drones, and then it will let people use drones. If that goes well, it'll let people use drones in Manhattan for other legitimate reasons, because right now it's just absolutely a no-fly zone. And so hopefully that actually comes through, because that was one thing that I was like, dude, like that might get me back in the city. Actually, if I could just go there and like fly drones around the city. Let's go.
I'd move up to the city to do a job like that for sure.
Well, I mean,
hate the city.
it's gonna open. Unfortunately, it's gonna take like certain facade inspection teams out of work, but it's gonna create a whole nother branch of work because they're gonna need a lot of operators to
Well,
do
those
this.
people can learn to fly a
said,
drone.
Blizzard said he got to fly the Helios 3. I don't know if you've seen the Helios 3, but they're just inspection drones.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, I don't know, they're expensive. 30 grand.
You
40
saying
grand,
75 with all the bells and whistles?
something.
You
Wow,
can
that's
make some
crazy.
good money doing that stuff.
Oh, he did. I've got a friend of my stepfather's that owns a company that does inspections for commercial buildings with Mavics.
Do a lot of LiDAR scanning.
What's-
People,
what-
a lot of companies like Google Maps, they'll pay you for that shit.
What's the Elios
It's
way?
thermal.
What's
a lot
the
of thermal.
What's the Elios way? Anybody have Blizzard might have a close idea. I wonder what it's. I can imagine that in the city they're gonna want to run on the lighter side, especially with the wind shear up top. You're probably gonna have to create like almost like a minimum safe distance from the buildings and shit, and they probably would restrict it to lighter shit because
Well,
if
it's
it
got
does,
like a cage around
if it
it.
does fall, yeah, but if it falls from 100 stories or 400 stories, obviously that's a big issue. So, like, I imagine they're going to probably lean towards the Mavics and shit that are going to cause less damage if they do happen to go fucking... Maybe not. Maybe they'll send some bigger shit up, too. We'll see. But
Good
there's a hell of
job.
wind shear up there. Anybody
I saw
who's-
some like I said earlier, I saw some pretty decent sized drones being used to clean the sides of clean the windows of buildings and shit instead of sending people up there.
They do a lot
Works
of
pretty good, too.
tethered stuff like that, where they actually just run the hose to the drone and run an umbilical for power, comparable to a Phantom 4. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I saw something like that being used in agriculture, crops. It would, like the little drone would fly. They're tethered to this machine, and then it would fly around, and then they would scan the fucking tomato, see if it's ripe, and then I don't remember what they did from there. I think they like sliced it off or picked it or some shit. But it would it fucking lowered the time that they take to actually check the fucking tomatoes and shit.
Power washing.
Oh, yeah.
Power washing. A lot of power washing drones are fucking tethered. You can obviously with some of the like crop dusters, you can do payload delivery systems, but with power washing, where you need like a massive amount of volume of water to really be effective, tethered makes pretty good sense. You know.
I'll tell you
Does
what,
sound like anime,
a little
doesn't
off topic as far as, no, I'm still the same topic, but not speaking of agriculture or applications like that. I watched a movie yesterday. Did you guys ever see the movie Ambulance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the drone shots in that movie, bro? The guy
For sure.
Yeah.
Colin Burgess is his name?
It was Vanover.
Oh, is that Vanover?
It is, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't know his real name. Colin Burgess is the same guy. How about that? But that's awesome, bro. With the building dives and all the action scenes flying underneath the cars and everything else. I was like, wow, that's probably the first time I ever seen that in a movie. You know,
For sure.
as far as
There's
action.
I forget the name of the movie. It's basically one long FPV fucking action movie.
The vampire
what was
one, was it that vampire one or whatever?
I can't
Oh, if
fucking
you guys
remember.
figure it out, tell me. I want to watch that.
There's a lot of
It's actually a
fucking-
decent movie too.
There's a lot of drone stuff coming out now. The ambulances.
It was like an over the top ass.
I'm watching Ambulance and I'm watching building dives. I'm like, I can't believe they have a pilot that's doing building dives in a movie. Like, of course, you see drone shots in every movie now, but actual action footage, that was the first time I ever seen it. I guess I'm out of the loop.
It's been a
You gotta
while.
send me the vampire
You've been
one.
out of the loop. Yeah, there's the what the hell is this? Anybody know in the chat?
Was it a vampire movie?
Yeah, or something. It was. I can't.
I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
It's on Netflix, I think, right now. Who sent me?
Oh man, if it's on Netflix, you gotta tell me the
Is
name.
this it?
Save it right now.
Nice.
Day Shift.
Day Shift. Yeah, I think that one.
Is that
Day
it?
shift.
I think that's it.
Oh, no, this isn't it. Oh.
That's not what you're talking about, right?
No, I'm
okay.
thinking of something completely
I was thinking.
different.
Yeah, I was thinking what you're thinking is not Day Shift either, but.
Yeah, I don't even know.
But I think you're gonna see
There was-
drone
what's the
applications
other
a lot
one?
more in Hollywood. You know.
Fuck
I
movie
mean,
was that?
it's everywhere now.
Yeah, but I worked with Local 52 with the grips, and I'll tell you, they limit the drones because there's a lot of things that the drones take away from, like using techno booms and stuff like that. You know, they use drones now. That eliminates work for people, so they're very protective
That's
over
because
their,
it's a
their stuff.
union, and
Yeah, of course.
And,
Yeah.
but at the same time, yes, I think that if you can get a shot with a techno crane or even a gimbal, a lot of times that's how you should do the shot, just from a practical standpoint. But there's plenty of applications for drones, both AP and FPV, that you can't do with a techno crane. You know? And I mean,
anything that's flying over trees.
Look at that
and
shot.
B-roll.
We watched it one night. Look at that shot in Children of Men. Do you remember that movie? You ever see that movie?
I didn't see it.
It's that shot where it's inside a car. They get in a car. 5 people get in a fucking car. They start driving. They're having a conversation. The shot is a one take from, what was it? We watched it that one night. It was like fucking 8 minutes or something ridiculous. It's a crazy one take, but it goes from each person in the car. And then there's a point where they get attacked by fucking raiders, basically. And there's motorcycles, and the camera goes outside the car. It's like every angle you could imagine, and it's all done with a robot arm. There wasn't a single person operating that motherfucker, really, not like hands on. They were probably remote controlling some of it, but the bottom line is like, you couldn't do that with a techno crane. And it's the same thing with drones. There are definitely applications where you wouldn't be able to fucking recreate that.
No, I mean,
The blood on the lens.
Absolutely.
Dude, you know what I'm talking about. Bannister probably knows what I'm talking about. That fucking shot Do you remember that, Artie? Or were you falling
I
asleep
mean,
that night?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Children of Men. There's a shot. It's a very famous shot where they literally.
Oh yeah, I know the shot in Children of Men that you're speaking of.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
Well, it's a great movie.
It's a great movie, and that
I heard of it. I just never watched it. Yeah, I'll definitely put that on the list.
that particular
you know?
shot is just. It was ridiculous. Like. You don't even really realize it, like as just like if you're just like a casual viewer, you may not even realize how crazy that shot really is. But it is one of the most epic one takes of ever, like just because of all the angles they accomplished. And then there's like a handoff at the very end where the camera actually comes out of the car, which is just fucking
That's cool.
ridiculous, dude. Like so
Bonkers.
ridiculous.
Definitely gotta watch it. Yeah, you should watch Ambulance too. You would
Mr.
appreciate it.
Crowley.
I've watched parts. I haven't actually sat down and truly watched The Ambulance. I've fallen asleep watching it a few times. I don't watch. Most times when I watch shit, it's at night, and half the time I fall asleep in the middle of it, and have to catch the rest of it the next day, or I don't for a while.
What's up,
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Bit in the
Like,
house.
fucking
That's just how it goes.
I watched most of Wakanda Forever last night and fell asleep during it. I just want to say the intro for Wakanda Forever is fucking
8-bit. What up?
nice. Did you catch that shit? Fucking if anybody's into Marvel, fucking the intro for Wakanda Forever is fucking nice. Like
What is it?
Dope.
Well, they buried Chadwick Boseman. I mean, it's a huge thing towards him, and then the way they actually do the, you know how Marvel always does their letters with the movie in the letters logo. They literally do a moment of silence of the Marvel thing pulling back and pictures of Chadwick, and it's fucking just no sound, completely silent. It just
That's cool.
a very silent Marvel logo. It's very tastefully done. I was like, I have to give them thumbs up for that one. Well done.
Did
Well
Disney put it out today?
Yeah, it came out at 3 a.m. I fell asleep September. I fell asleep a little over an hour in. That's like probably
What was it?
4:30 in the morning. Out, but
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever on
Wakanda Forever. Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
it's the Black
It's a
Panther.
movie or is it a show?
It's an MCU. It's a Marvel show
I
movie.
feel you on
Movie.
that.
It's fucking 2 hours and 45 minutes long, bro. It's long.
I'll
Yeah,
tell
well,
you, I
I'll
never
watch
watched
it, but
I never
have to
watched
start
Marvel
again.
until like a year and a half ago, and everybody on the job was talking about Endgame, blah blah blah, whatever it was. And I actually sat down and watched every single Marvel movie in timeline order over like 3 weeks. Like with the timeline order in Disney, they got like chronologically and everything like that, and it's awesome. I love Marvel.
There's a lot of those fucking movies.
Well,
There's a lot of
It's
them,
a
bro.
shitload, dude.
It's
It
like
is.
30 something
The
of them. I
fact
think it
that
was.
they took over a decade of movie making and tied it all together in Infinity War and the Endgame, the way they took all of that shit that started with Iron Man way back in the fucking 2008.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
all
brought,
John
you know
Favreau,
what I
bro.
mean,
The
bro?
guy's
Like,
amazing.
it's like that
Back when they made that original
continuity is like.
Do you think that they had that idea back when they made that original Iron Man?
No, I think that they actually confirmed they weren't really sure. But I mean, you have to bear in mind that, you know, obviously Marvel is based on comics. There's thousands of fucking comic books for source material. There's hundreds of storylines that they're able to tap into, which the Infinity Saga was, you know, it was a thing in the comic books. I mean, it didn't go down obviously quite the same way, but the way they adapted and cherry pick shit, man. I thought it was I thought the overall
Arts.
the big story arc was fucking pretty amazing. I don't think they intended to do it 100% initially. I think when they dropped Iron Man, they didn't know what was going to happen. And honestly, I was kind of like, Iron Man. I'm not. If it would have been like, I love like fucking Wolverine and shit, you know. And then so when I saw Iron Man, I was kind of like, But then when I realized what they were doing and I started picking up on some of the shit I was like, wait a minute, these motherfuckers, you know, like, especially like when Guardians came out and they showed the first Infinity Stone, I was like, okay, I see what y'all are up to.
Yeah,
and then
cool.
and then everybody started figuring it out and was like, dude, what? Like, this is actually
they dropped,
pretty cool.
even in Iron Man, they dropped a lot of hints, like with the Captain America shield. You know, that was like a big thing everybody was talking about. Like, oh, look at Captain America's shield. It's like, see, it was like a like an Easter egg. You know what I mean?
I think that
Yeah.
was already. I think some of those movies were already kind of in the works. Like I said, I don't think they originally had a full picture of what they were gonna do and back then, but I think that it started to coalesce, as they went.
Well, that's just how they were doing it,
Yeah.
stepping it forward.
Hey, listen. However they
Figure
did it,
out
they did it
something.
right, bro.
Yo,
You know,
I-
they really
Yeah.
did.
I don't want to stay
Should've
totally
done
off
shit.
track, but I'm actually super excited for 2006 when this next cycle ends. Like, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm stoked to see the new Ant-Man. I'm very stoked to see the new Ant-Man.
Right.
I'm a Marvel fan. I love that shit. Like I said,
That does look pretty good.
well, with Wakanda Forever, they brought another mutant into the equation because Namor is a mutant. He's an actual mutant. So that's the
Right.
X-Men crossover is coming. You know what I mean? Like the whole mutant thing. Because up until recently,
Ant-Man
there
was
no X-
Jeremy Renner. No, that was Paul
no,
Rudd, right?
Paul,
Was Ant-Man?
Paul
yeah, I
Rudd,
think
yeah.
that's his name. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner was.
Well, fucking Kang
The
the
Arrow guy.
fucking Conqueror, bro. He's a smart cat, and he's fucking strong. It's gonna be interesting. Kang the Conqueror is a pretty interesting Marvel character, as far as villains go. So it'll be he ain't Thanos strong, but he's fucking powerful in other ways. You know.
Word.
Yeah.
So anybody get any packs in this week?
I got a
Fuck no.
couple in.
I flew about 100 packs this week. I'm not even kidding you.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
I'm not
What
even
were
Flew
you
like maybe
ripping?
like
I got,
six.
dude. I got the Whoop battery pack, all BT 2.0s. I got the charges.
Good shit.
I got my little drones. But that's actually what I wanted to talk about. I want to pick your brain, Mister Mad Chiller. Okay? Because what happened was I burnt out 2 flight controllers. Okay? I smoked them. One on the build, and I just thought I wired it wrong. And I was using the Caddx Ant camera. Okay? And I thought I just built it wrong. As soon as I plugged in, smoked. So then I bought another flight controller. No problems. I used the Runcam 903. Perfect. Flew the drone. Got about 150 packs out of it. And then I dropped it in the water. And this is a good key for people, so you know. I dropped my micro in a pool, and it was lit up underwater. And it was
Cannonball!
fine. I went in the water. I picked the drone up and I took it out of the water, and it fried.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why it fried, I realized afterwards,
You
is
didn't
because
unplug it.
underwater, I didn't unplug it. Underwater, you have to unplug it under fucking water. I didn't know that because I never dropped a quad in the water before. But I did that twice this week. But anyhow, this is what I want to pick your brain about.
Wait till you fall
I
in
came up with
salt
the-
water down there. That's gonna be a whole nother shit show because you're gonna want.
Yeah,
You're gonna
no,
need to
this
do.
was a pool. It was
Yeah.
a pool the first time and a lake the second time. The second time in the lake, right behind my house, I unplugged it underwater and the drone was fine. But I ended up smoking that controller too because the camera was fucked up.
Yeah.
So I went to the Caddx Ant that I had here and I hooked it up. And as soon as I did, I smoked the ESC. So it was something wrong with the camera board that smoked my
You need to smoke
ESC.
more ESC.
I don't know. It never happened to me before where a camera. So anyhow,
Well,
I
on
came
a
up with this idea to make
AIO. It's an AIO though, right? These are all
an
micro-
AIO, yeah.
I mean, with an
Yeah.
AIO, that regulator in many cases is running the fucking lion's
The
share
whole
of
show.
everything. So if you
Yeah.
drop a short and you're also feeding the fucking 5 volt
Yeah.
to the camera,
Runs
and
right through the whole system.
that camera's shorting, it's gonna blow your whole fucking shit show right up.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So this is where I want to pick your brain. So I had this idea because there's no 1S smoke
You
stoppers.
gotta grind them up
you know?
first.
So I was like, let me figure out how to make a 1S smoke stopper. So what I did was I took one of these battery checkers that it has different LEDs on it. And you plug your battery into it, and obviously, depending on the voltage, the LEDs light up. So I was like, you know what? This would make a perfect, smoke stopper. So what I did was I took off the connector, and I removed the FET that caused the short, and I put in a connector, male and female. Now what's happening is it works. When I plug a battery in, the lights don't go on, and if I short it with tweezers, the lights light up. But when I plug it into the drone doesn't power up, but the lights go on. Why would that happen? I'm talking about a drone that doesn't have a short, a working drone. I figured, let me see if it works, my
Well-
theory, where these lights shouldn't light up like a regular smoke stopper, and the drone should have power through this, but it doesn't work. And I'm thinking the reason why it doesn't work is because a regular smoke stopper, the negative leads are daisy chained, and then the positive lead goes through the light. And I'm thinking that's what I have to do with this thing. It probably can't give you enough information over the computer to let you dissect this problem, but I'm trying to get this to work.
Number one, a lot of smoke stoppers were based, especially initially, they were based off a filament, off a bulb, and not an LED.
Right.
A diode only allows current to go one direction by default. So, whereas a filament does not. An incandescent bulb will let current go in either direction. I would need to sit down and actually look at the circuit and fucking think about what the hell is actually going on with it all. But if you're telling me that not a short turns your LEDs on, weird.
Yeah, right. I'll show you. Yeah, look. So now, if I plug now there's nothing plugged into it, obviously. So here's the female side. I'll plug a battery into it, right? Now, initially, this was a battery checker. So you plug the battery in, and it would tell you by how many LEDs lit up. So now, the way it is, plug the battery in, and no LEDs light up, which is what I wanted. And then when I short it out, I'm going to take a pair of tweezers here.
Well, those circuits...
And I'm going to short it out. Watch.
Those circuits, though, have...
Short it out, and they light up. See?
Mm-hmm.
With the short. So I figured it will work with a flight controller.
I think you're just grounding it out. I think you're just completing the circuit. That's it.
Completing. So, well, essentially, that's what.
And you're effectively completing the circuit with your drone. I haven't looked at modern. I don't use smoke stoppers. I know how to build them with incandescent light bulbs and things. I've never looked at any of the modern options, or I don't even know what they. I haven't really looked hard at smoke stoppers recently in terms of modern actual options, but a battery checker is going to have a ladder of resistors in there. That's how it's going to trim your voltage and determine how many lights to turn on. So I would imagine that. Did you remove every resistor on the fucking circuit?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I left those, and my logic was that as long as you don't, because this circuit goes up to checker goes up to 4.3. So my logic was, as long as I am checking with a battery that's less than 4.3, then the voltage can only travel. Have you got
a meter with a tone checker?
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, but not on me.
So meter, just meter your negative, meter your positive, then meter your negative to positive. If you have no conductivity between them, all you're doing is when you short it is creating. You're just basically wiring it together. You're just completing the circuit. Think of it this way, LEDs, right? And the way that circuit probably runs is you probably have your positive and negative coming in, and then it's just a bus that goes from one end of the board to the other, and then it comes out, okay? And your LEDs are probably jumping across that. They're grabbing a negative and a positive, and then there's an array of resistors in between them that is limiting the voltage, determine how many lights to turn up. So that's
the backside.
My guess is that, was it shorted originally? It
was originally shorted. I took off the short it was on this side.
Mm-hmm. So that's why it's doing it. And then ultimately hooking it up to the drone. Ultimately, you're going to complete the circuit in the FC somewhere. It may not be a short, it may be a resistor, shunt resistor, but that resistor is ultimately going to allow current to pass, so you would complete the circuit at some point.
Well, what I was thinking is, would I be able to, if I bridge, let's say I just take this whole PCB board, right, with the LEDs on it, and I bridge positive and negative on both sides, okay, and then connect it to the positive line coming on the pigtails, just like a regular smoke stopper that is connected to a incandescent bulb. Well, then would it work the same way? And if I daisied the negatives?
No, because I think if you have a short, you're just going to pop all those fucking LEDs. And that's the whole reason why you use a bulb.
It has resistors on it, though.
You'll probably just smoke them. I mean, in the context of 1S, maybe not as much.
That's what I'm saying. They're meant to handle up to. That's why only certain LEDs light up, because of those resistors. So if I use a battery that's less than 4.3, like when it's in storage mode, to check a flight controller with it set up as like a traditional smoke stopper, theoretically, I'm thinking those resistors will cause the short to travel so far in that circuit before it hits the point where
if there's a short
stronger
though,
than 3.8.
if there's a short though, it's gonna just burn through them. You're giving it 100% voltage, yeah, and I mean, and 100% current. You're just letting all the fucking electrons flow in a short. And I mean, that's why. So when you have an analog smoke stopper, usually there's a switch, right? There's a switch that is like the bulb mode, is like the smoke stopper mode. And if there's a short, what happens is all the current hits the bulb burns, kills the circuit. That's how they work. Because that's, so the only way LEDs can be an effective short stopper is to burn up. You know what I mean? I'm sure some smart people have figured out design a circuit that might work a different way, but in terms of how they traditionally work, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a fuse to burn. That's what a fuse would be for. You know what I mean? And probably in the case of using LEDs, you'd probably just fuse it for a certain amount of current, very low, a fast blow, low current.
Wizard said, wire a fail-safe fuse on the side and send it for science.
For science.
Absolutely. I like that fucking suggestion highly.
Go with that.
I just don't use them. I just meter everything and
I just send it, man.
Builds.
I burnt out 2 flight controllers at this point. I'm sick about it. It's a waste of money.
Well, if you're building with something that's been crashed or wet, I definitely recommend you meter it and look for a short before you install it. That's
well, that's the one that I dunked in the water, which worked fine until I switched the cameras on it. But it's I'll tell you, like I said,
most times when a camera or something is bad and has a short internally, if you just put a fucking tone test on it, you're gonna get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most times, if it's shorted, when I build, the first thing I do is wire up my ESC 4-in-1 or PDB singles, whatever that case is, all the way to my motors, and then I fucking meter it, and then I plug it in. Do I get my first set of tones? Yes or no? Like, that's where I start. And then I plug in the FC, and then I check it with that. And then I add something, RX, and then I check it again. And then I fucking add my VTX or video shit or camera shit or whatever. And I fucking check it again. And I build it, check it, build it, check it every single time, because you just don't know. And you don't want to put a whole build together and have one thing fuck it up that you could have caught. It just sucks. And duds happen out of the box. You never know. You might get a dud. You might get something that got fucked up in shipping.
No, yeah, I get it. I mean, that's the one thing with the AIO is the only thing you're hooking up essentially is the camera.
The dangerous thing about AIOs is that once you burn any one component fails, the entire thing is toast.
Yeah.
And they have their time and place. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they totally have a time and a place, but you just have to understand the compromises that come with some of those. That's why some guys were building on 16 millimeter stacks, Speaking of
AIOs, Artie, did you ever get those FETEC AIOs running?
I still have not.
Oh.
I have not built them. I've just been flying my Emu build.
I haven't really touched mine either since I stopped flying it a few months ago.
I got to show you one. Sorry, guys, go ahead.
God, no.
I got to show you one thing that I figured out with this AIO iFlight Blitz for you guys that fly whoops. So it has a dedicated VTX on top, unlike the other ones that are integrated into the board. So it's a triangle style, diamond style VTX. But the way it is it's hard to see on this camera. There's a space between the ESC, FC, and the board. So with the shrink wrap, you could put the antenna. You could actually hard mount it to. Let's see if I can get it on here. For no light. You could slide the shrink wrap right over the Molex connector. I can't do it on this. I'm doing a build video on it anyway in a couple of days. But basically, because these antenna and the antennas that you put on here, they flop in the wind on these builds. That's the biggest problem because they hit the props. It's hard to figure out how to mount them without adding too much weight. But I figured out a way, bro. I can't wait to show you guys when I post the video. With this particular BTX, you could heat shrink. You could use a shrink tube around the connector, and it locks it in place in the center of the back of the frame. It's awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, this thing's a lot of fun. Like I was saying.
Now,
It's awesome.
what frame is that?
That's the Fractal Engineering, the Fractal 75. So it's 40 millimeter props. It's the same as like the Beta 75, same class. But I built this one ductless, so it flies. The difference without the ducts is just amazing. Yeah, it's awesome.
Gotta make them ducks pay.
Ducks.
Gotta make them pay for the crimes against humanity of God.
No. See, I have the 65, which I didn't build yet. That's what I'm going to do the build video on, and I got the ducks for that because this is going to be indoor.
So you at least have some ducks.
He's got some ducks.
I had ducks for I have ducks for the 75 too. I just didn't put them on. I had them on and I took them right off. But with the difference, the way a quad flies without the ducks is like night and day. You guys know it changes the whole thrust vector when you have.
I don't know. I fly with ducks all day.
Do you really? Oh, ducks. Look who just caught up. That's funny.
That is
But,
funny.
It does kind of look a BQE, little homie. What with that iFlight is how is the fucking VTX pinned? Is it pinned on multiple points, or how's it?
It's pinned on one side. It's pinned on one side, and then they use some sort of glue on the other side. So it's a 5-pin connector on the one side. I wish I had a better camera, but you can see it. You see the pins right there? 1, 2, 3. The silver dots right to the bottom right of the Molex. That's where it connects to the ESC. And on the other side,
bukkake is all blending together.
Yeah, no. So I have a sucky camera. I'm sorry, guys. But the frame itself is amazing, and there's plenty of AIOs out right now that you could use with whoops, obviously. But with the ELRS integrated, a ceramic antenna, I mean, I've never seen anything like it. How awesome these things have become. This is a 75. With all up weight is 27 grams with this. That's good. It's a 40 millimeter props. And when I fly it outside, I'm telling you, it's fucking incredible. I cannot wait to get DVR footage finally.
What up, Goody?
Goody, what's up, bud?
Slightly off topic about what we were talking about earlier. I found the name of that movie. It's called Carter.
Carter. Yeah, I remember that. Right, that's the one. I remember we talked about it. I actually hadn't watched that one yet at all.
The fucking beginning of that movie is
Carter
fucking brutal.
In 1 hour.
Is it?
Oh, it is.
There's a bunch of drone shots in that vampire one too. I think what else I thought I saw some FPV in recently. That's funny.
I see, like the Taco Bell thing is the one that fucks with me every
everywhere,
time I see him with the DJI.
I still haven't seen that come on TV. Well, maybe I don't really watch TV though, so there's that.
I don't know that I saw it on television. I think it's just on YouTube.
That's what I expected to see it on, like a YouTube ad or something. But no, they just pissed me off with the 15 seconds of some other bullshit.
Yeah. Well, they've been pounding me with that shit.
You watch a 3-minute video and you get like 2 15-second ads and that shit. Like what?
Yeah, I'm watching color graded videos and getting hammered every fucking couple minutes on fucking some of these channels. It drives you crazy too. Sometimes
you pay me.
The fuckers, like the content creators like making a great point about something, and then it's blah 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 Taco Bell. It's like fuck you. Fuck you.
Finally getting to what you've been waiting for the whole time.
Yeah, you're getting the guy was just getting good. You fucks. What the fuck?
And I swear do the YouTubers get like a say where ads go? Because I'm watching this channel Mr. Ballin a lot, where he tells like stories of like scary stories and shit. But like right as he gets to like a cliffhanger, boom, ad. Like what?
I think
how does it know?
I think honestly, they probably have an algorithm that's watching the peak watch time and like the areas and times, and that's where they're going to drop the fucking ads, because they know when people watch that, they tend to watch this section more than that section. So we'll make sure we put the ads in the important. That's It's all about fucking metadata, bro.
My
They're tracking
theory is
your everything, everywhere, all those metadatas, all the metas. They're out there.
I think
Oh,
my
they
theory is
got
you
all
have,
of it.
you have one
All the
fucking
metas.
troll administrator in fucking YouTube that's like, all right, I'm gonna ruin this guy's whole night right now. Click.
Right. All right, which video is he watching next? All right, let's start that with
Yo, at the rate,
Yeah, he's like,
at the rate
seconds
we're
in.
going,
Hands together.
at the rate we're going with AI, don't fucking joke around. They may have an AI out there that has a bad day and makes you watch every commercial every time it's getting good. I'm gonna fuck this guy.
dude sitting there with a hat on that says AI.
No, ain't nobody got time for that. They need an army of motherfuckers, But an AI has got time for that, Fucking ChatGPT be fucking bussing for real. Like they're doing all sorts of shit with that shit. Like
Yeah, they are.
ChatGPT.
I used to have a premium 8-bit. I just didn't feel like paying for it anymore.
And then
They send you cool shit once in a while. That I get a free Google Home for being a YouTube premium subscriber.
I've never gone premium. I have considered it a few times, but
It's cool, but I don't like the idea of paying to not have ads.
I watch
bullshit.
YouTube for information. I like to watch a lot of, how to do this in Blender, how to do this in Resolve, how to color grade that, how to do this, a lot of education. Did you guys watch? I don't know if I sent that link into the chat yesterday. That guy that was talking about alien fucking exploring alien planets, like the whole science behind it and how they're doing it and shit. Did I send that in the chat yesterday?
I don't know. I don't remember seeing
Sanders
that.
Sasson posted it. I ended up watching it because of his post, and I didn't watch it all. It's like 3 hours long, but what I did watch was intriguing as fuck. He was talking about how basically our telescopes are basically, in the grand scheme of the cosmos, are basically 1 pixel. So like the fucking not the Webb, but one of the other big fucking telescopes that they put up there, not fucking Hubble. There's more. There's another one. Anyways, it failed already, actually, the one that did. But anyways, he's basically saying that for them to see if a planet is going around a star, they literally have to watch it for a minimum of 4 years to be able to see the difference, the shadow. They can't even, because they said like our view of the universe is, imagine 1 pixel. Your GoPro is 4K, right? Think about the universe with a camera. It's like 1 pixel. That's all we can capture is 1 pixel.
I watched a video right before the show started. It was a 12-second video. No, it was a 10-second video of a span of 12 years of this camera focusing on this little fucking star system, and you could see the planets go around the star, not even like once. And it's like, oh shit,
that's what he was
all
saying.
that for
There's, 'cause
10 seconds.
when you're doing that type of photo, I can't remember exactly the word he used, but that type of basically imaging, it's like the odds of a planet actually being on the right axis in geometry to block the star enough for us to even detect it is ridiculous. Like, in the grand scheme of all that shit. Hey man, it's a box of chocolates.
Came to say that YouTube Premium is hella worth it. You get the music, you get everything,
You get the music, but
Yeah.
what are you talking? Just the endless
Yo,
music, no ads?
Playlists?
I have a gripe with YouTube Music.
Really? What? I'd love to hear it.
So for the longest time, I used my phone to play music from my library, and it went to this app that was built right into my phone. And I was so used to it. It was well fucking laid out.
Yeah.
Fucking everything, was mixed into its own folders the way I had it put in there.
That's
And
a
they
fellow
were like-
Android user right there, bro.
They were like,
remember.
we're gonna be discontinuing this app, and I'm like, fuck you, you ain't. And then finally they fucking moved all my fucking music over to
it was
YouTube,
horrible.
YouTube Music, and like, I can't find songs anymore. I fucking have to look through fucking individual fucking solo folders now. Everything's all fucked up.
Yeah, I like
Fuck
the fact that
YouTube
you can still
Music.
go through your folders, but yeah, I see your point.
There,
If I-
There are
I know.
some good
Sorry, go
movies on YouTube, actually. That's one thing that they've definitely stepped up is their movie game. And you can even, video on demand for a couple bucks a movie on YouTube that sometimes you can't get on something else.
Yeah, I was trying to tell my buddy about Dead Space. They made some animated movies. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. And they used to be on Netflix. I was like, hold on, let me see if YouTube's got that shit.
Right.
And it was on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
What up? What is real? What's good, man?
What is real? What's up, buddy?
How you been, Goonie?
Good, man. I'm down the color grading rabbit hole like you right now. Not nearly as close to
It's
you, of
never
course.
going to
But
end. It's an endless hole.
it really is, huh?
It's an endless hole.
You can just go and go and go. I just want to make like good cinematic shots right now.
Yo, what up, what is real?
Over the pops.
I mean, bro, at the end of the day, like, yeah, I mean, the cool thing is, like, you can take it as far as you need to, there's, to get a good image in with today's tech is pretty accessible,
Yeah.
and add a little flair here and there. And for me, it's like, when you go down the road of, getting that baseline and then you start looking at look creation and putting thought into it and how to look at an image and decide on the palette that's available, like which way to push things taste. Because I think what the important lesson is to ultimately, you want to get, there's times where even when you're pushing an image hard, you still don't want to you don't want to leave your mark. You don't want to leave your fingerprints all over the image. You want it, you want to amplify what's there in a way that, just, enhances what's there, and
For sure.
but there's definitely
Keep the
times
natural
like
look.
if you're making a Martian movie, make that shit red. It's about context, but it is
Well, that was like my big dilemma is like everybody was like, do it flat, like put it flat and then bump it up. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, I get it. I understand the concept of you wanting to edit it to look exactly the way that you want it. But if you're wanting to enhance what's already there, I thought it would make more sense to already use the color and what it appears to be naturally and then change it. But everybody's like, no, go flat and then adjust.
Especially with labs in the new 11s and the ability to modify your log B curves. And I actually want to talk to. I've had some conversations with the labs guy, but I want to talk to them about adding a white point offset to the log curve, so that way you could more closely emulate an RE style curve. You can go to like certain camera manufacturers, and if they have a log curve, many times you can actually find the graph of that curve, and then you can look at how that graph is laid out, and they all are pretty much done in the same like 10-point grid, right? And you can get really close to a fucking camera manufacturer's log curve, and then when you go into Resolve, you can literally just say it's this curve and put it out to this. Now,
in the form of a LUT?
It's not a LUT, it's math. It's what's amazing about it. A LUT has the potential to be destructive. Color space transformation and log conversion, when done appropriately, is completely non-destructive, and you're far less likely to run into an issue where you break your image if you're doing those things correctly. And
definitely have to talk shop about you.
And if you're
about that, then.
Should do a live example
when
sometime.
you're in a log environment, you know what that is. You can do other log space conversions. Like if you might only be able to set up a Sony curve on the GoPro, but if you know you have a Sony curve, you could take the Sony curve and then use a color space transform to convert that to RE-log C, and then throw that into whatever you want to work in, and then output. Right. The thing with the GoPro specifically is the GoPro effectively captures a display or scene referred color space in gamma when you're not shooting flat. So basically, a GoPro wants to give you something that you can just instantly put on most monitors and it's going to look okay. So they're basically shooting in a display space. But as a colorist, and the reason why colorists prefer log and raw and other things is because you're not limited from the beginning. At all. Sometimes when you limit yourself to Rec 709, you're limited to Rec 709. Like you have a bucket, right? The bucket of Rec 709 can only hold so many color colors, right? But then you have RE log C bucket that's 5 times bigger, DaVinci wide gamut bucket, da da da. And when you're shooting in RAW and even with log to some degree, you can expand. If you have log 10-bit footage, you can expand and basically throw that littler bucket into the bigger bucket and then add to it. And then when you want to put it on a display again, you got to figure out what bucket that display is. And it may be Rec 709 again. But what it gives you is you take, you know, a quarter of a bucket of Rec 709, you throw it in DaVinci wide gamut's bucket. Now you got 3/4 of the room to work in without hopefully breaking your image. And you can do a lot more shit within that. You can adjust, you know, you have much more latitude in contrast, color, which way you're pushing things, how you're subtracting things. It gets really critical when you start using qualifications.
What up, Maddie?
You know, like qualification where you pick a color, like say you want to pick blue and make it purple. When you are working in those larger buckets and higher bit rates, higher bit depths, you have more latitude to take your blues and make them purple and maintain gradients between the darker and lighter portions of that. And then ultimately, when you fill up your working bucket, you smush it all back down into your display bucket. But if you're going to HDR, you got a giant bucket, and you can play with that, and you can render shit to YouTube now in HDR that is going to give you a way fucking wider gamut of tones. And
even from a GoPro,
even starting with a GoPro.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can definitely, you know, it's still limited. You can't create stuff that isn't necessarily there, but you can embellish it in a way that does add data, you know.
Cool.
Especially with the GoPro 10-bit. It's all about 10-bit though. With GoPro, yes, I could take 8-bit and ultimately render it out to HDR using a bunch of transformation and shit and rendering it, forcing it into that, but it's never going to do it the same justice as starting with a 10-bit GoPro or a 12-bit, you know,
is
other
that Hero
camera.
10 or Hero 11?
11s or 10.
Right.
But I can do a pretty nasty job on 8-bit Hero 8, 9, 10, whatever footage at this point.
I bet you can.
You know, it's... To be honest, the 10-bit and the 11, it took me a little bit of time to wrap my head around how I wanted to handle it. Like, you know, and I still am. I'm still developing shit all the time. But 10-bit is fucking, especially with the GoPro. And like I said, we have, I have the numbers I could give out to basically... to get you as close to an RE log C curve as you can possibly get on a GoPro currently. The white point is still a bit hot, so you honestly might want to almost bring your exposure down a hair. But at the end of the day, you can use a log C input in Resolve. You can tell it that's GoPro Rec 709 footage, but it's using a RE log C fucking gamma curve, and then you can convert that directly into ACES, DaVinci wide gamut, any of the other larger professional spaces, and work with it in there and have a lot more latitude in that domain. You can also turn off the noise reduction on the GoPro. I would recommend turning it down to about 20-25%, so that way you're not just getting the noisiest image, and you know, but it gives you more detail. And then if you want to use a better noise reduction tool like Neat Video or even DaVinci's fucking noise reduction or other tools out there, you have a lot more creative control in how much noise you're pulling out. And then, I mean, what a lot of guys are going to do anyways is pull noise, add grain. You know, you add, because most people's perception they're used to seeing grain in stills, in movies, in whatever. Most people will accept grain, but when you see weird, squarey noise things, that doesn't feel natural. So you pull that out, and then you effectively cover up any artifacting with grain, basically. You know, because you may not want to pull all of the noise out of an image because it might make it soft. It's all about compromises, right? You know, depending on the type, if you're using temporal or spatial noise reduction, you might fucking, you know, end up in a situation where you end up too soft. And so you put some of the noise back or go less heavy-handed on your noise reduction, and then you add a bit of grain to basically cover it up, what you didn't take out.
Got it.
You know, I can tell you that my journey currently working in HDR has been extremely illuminating, because HDR is going to really quickly show you your faults in your grade and shit. And so by moving into HDR output, looking at that, and then having an SDR monitor right next to it, so you can look at the SDR version and look at the two. It's fucking huge, bro. Like it's pretty, it's pretty interesting.
Are you using for your good shoots? Are you using ND filters on your GoPro?
I use ND on every camera, pretty much as needed. I mean, there's definitely times you don't really need it, but even on a say at dusk, when I don't really need an ND on my GoPro, I'll probably use a 2 or maybe even a 4, but I tend to run a 2 all the time. And then I will look at my ISO, and if once I'm starting to get close to 800, it's a wrap. I'm either done shooting or I can't use ND anymore at all. But even with an ND2, like if you're doing some golden hour shit, you know, you might have to bump up to 200 or 400 with that ND on there. But yeah, because it's gonna knock down, especially when you're golden hour, you want to get some sun in there. You need to roll off them highlights. You know, so you don't want to blow them out. You don't want to blow out your highlights, and it's a good safety net to have a bit of ND on there to help knock some of that down. You know, but with my actual camera, you know, and like my Canon or my Blackmagic or whatever, I always have NDs in the bag, and I'm generally using them. I mean, it all depends. If I'm shooting macro, probably not using ND. Because I'm probably going to stop down because I want more depth of field in macro, and I'm going to need a lot of light, right? Yeah. Unless there's some luminant item in that macro shot that's annoying for whatever reason, and I need to knock it down. You know what I mean? Or I can't expose for it the way I need to. But yeah, I mean.
So if your ISO's up at 800, you're not filming anyways.
I think that 800 is where it just starts getting really noisy, and it all depends on what it all depends on what you're doing. If you're going for night shot and you're shooting something like a bridge that has a ton of lights on it, and the lights are what you're interested in, you can play with that because you can ultimately crush your darks and kill the noise. You know what I mean? In the darks, if you don't care about the darks, if that's not what your goal of your shot is, you know, and in that case, I wouldn't be fucking using.
Time.
I wouldn't be using an ND if I was doing a night shot or Christmas lights or something like that. You know what I mean? But I would definitely be, you know, it all depends on, again, the context of what you're trying to accomplish at the end of the day. But I don't do a ton of night stuff, you know.
From my experience with doing night shots, like flying at night in parking lots, you can push the ISO on the GoPro pretty high. In post, you just have to reduce it down, and you can usually reduce the grain that you get.
Where's your max?
Just add some more contrast.
Where are you maxing out for a night shot?
Oh, for night shots, I've maxed out at like 1600 before.
Really?
Oh yeah, it looks like shit right off the like if you pull it from your GoPro, put it in Adobe or Resolve, it will look like shit. But if you bring down the highlights, add some contrast, you can always reduce the sharpness a bit. You can reduce it to the point where you get a much better image than if you were to just say shot at 400 or 800. It just really depends on what your purpose is, though. For freestyle, it's not going to be as important as a pretty shot.
You can always crush your darks. At the end of the day, when you start crushing your blacks, you ultimately start losing any detail that was there. Now, that's sometimes that's 100% fine. It doesn't really affect your end goal. That's 100% cool, man. Crush your darks. Right. But when you're looking at an image in its original format, that's one of the things that I've had to really start learning. Is like, look at the details and decide whether or not they matter in the context of what you're going to deliver, and think about the shots that are coming before and after it too. That's the other thing. Like, and when it's something I was telling a family member last night, like the big thing I've had to learn as doing color, especially if I've got a bunch of shots, is do a bunch of big macroscopic adjustments, like to every shot in a row really quickly. Okay, so like find your hero shot, or what we would call an anchor, right? Find a shot, like in many cases it would be a wide shot, like your establishing shot, or like something that you can create an anchor off of, and just get it into a space that looks decent really quick. Don't get caught up in details. Just get it into a decent place, and then take what you've done.
I'm with you on that.
Go to the next fucking shot and start and make a match really quick, and then go to the next shot and make it basically match really quick. Just like so, say like you have a shot, you got it in 709, it looks pretty decent. Maybe you bumped your contrast. Maybe you decided it was a little bit blue, so you decided to warm it up a bit. Go to the next shot and try to get it. What you do, what I do in Resolve is once I get that first shot done, I make a still, right? And then I go to the next shot.
Taking a still.
You can right click. If you right click on the viewer in color, it says grab still, grab that, adds it automatically to your gallery. You can select that fucker, and there's a shortcut. I have it on my control surface that is a wipe, and you can just bang it. So you can literally bang over to the next fucking clip, start grading it, boom, hit your wipe button, and then you can wipe and compare them side by side, or you can just look like throw it over top entirely, or you can split them, or however you want to do your wipes. You have knobs and things. I have knobs on my controller to adjust my wipes, or what kind of wipe I'm using, whatever. Bottom line is you can really quickly start working on a shot. I think that's looking pretty cool. Close. Bang over to your anchor. Look at it. Is it kind of close? Does it feel right? When I go back and forth, go back and forth really quick. Okay, cool. Next shot. Go to the third shot. Same shit. Keep doing it. Down and make big moves. Don't get caught up in details, and just go throughout your whole edit. Bang, 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 all the way down. And then
do you ever fuck with autocolor ever?
I won't. Yeah, I mean, in terms of white balancing, there's some tools that can't. I don't think there's a bad tool in Resolve. I think there's a time and a place for all of them. And there's not always an order that you absolutely need to adhere to in how you're approaching stuff. I think you have to find your grooves in some of that. But this is like the best advice I can give right now is like, go through what you're trying to accomplish as quickly as possible, making very good big moves, macro moves, make macro adjustments, get it a basic balance, decent contrast, saturation, maybe push it warm or cooler, basic look, but don't go too far. Just get it's okay, it's balanced, it looks cool. Next, all the way down, and then go take a break, walk away. Go get a sandwich, get some coffee, go just get your eyes, give yourself a break, and then come back and review something, and then look at that, and then whatever you change you make, look at all your images and see if it needs it or how it might apply, and whittle it down.
The break is just to give you like
you totally lose perspective. And if you try to get microscopic and you spend an hour on an image, you are going to lose perspective. It's a trap. It's seriously a trap. Don't spend tons of time on a single image. Move on. Find something else to do. Even if you need to open up a different project and noodle around with something else just for the science, fucking get away from that shit, and then find perspective before you come back and make any further changes, because it's easy. And learn versioning, bro. Versioning there's two basic ways of grade versioning in Resolve. One is local and one is remote. And remote's great because you can make a grade on one clip and then basically have it just apply to clips automatically. And when you change the version on that primary clip, all your remote clips will update. You don't even have to touch them. But versioning, Command Y, Control Y, Command Y, whatever system you're on, will create a new version of the grade. So anytime you get a grade and you think to yourself, hey, that looks kind of cool, Command Y. It will instantly create a new version, and you will start working from that point in a new grade. And if you fuck it up, you can literally hit Control or Command B and go back to the one that you were on and start over.
This is why we come to you, Chad.
Like
the shit, you know.
Well, you gotta fuck up a lot of shit before you really learn. You know what I mean? And
I kept going back. Like I kept fucking erasing everything and being like, oh, I'm starting all over again.
Versioning is gonna save your ass, and you can version in a number of different ways in Resolve. Like in Fusion, you can create compositional versions. There's versioning. There's tons of versioning tools on all the windows in Resolve. like you can make versions of nodes, so you can just change that node version and not have to change everything, and it gets ridiculous. Bottom line is learn how to, like I said, when I make an anchor now, or I get a spot where I think it's like that looks pretty balanced and I'm happy, like I think this is pretty good, and I still want to fuck with it. I make a new version and then I fuck with it, because then I know I can go back to that one. Even if I really fuck this one up, I can fucking fix it and go back and not lose my mind or feel like I've lost work. Make sure you have autosave enabled, and I still save manually all the time.
Me too.
I
But
can't count how many times I've been burned by not having autosave on.
Right?
Amen to that.
You go to fucking add that one transition, you're like, why isn't it adding? Why isn't it adding? Oh, the fucking program's crashing. Shit.
Yeah, sick.
There goes my last hour. Fuck.
Yeah, totally.
Boys, it's been a pleasure. I gotta wake up super early tomorrow.
all right,
See everybody.
Brother.
Nice to
We
see
should,
you.
we
man.
should get into some videos.
Thank you guys. Yep, you too. And
Have a
good
before
night,
I
bro.
go, gotta say, Dad bod, man, fucking congratulations, pilot of the week, and some great flying, bro. We were checking
Oh,
out
yeah,
some
Dad
footage
bod
before the
kicks
shoot
ass.
started.
This is
Excellent
working
flying, man.
You can
Definitely well
give
worth
him a
it.
like
Check out
and
his
a
check out his
sub.
stream. He does that interactive supercritical stream.
Yeah,
Pretty sick.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna check it out.
Oh,
But
fuck.
great time as always, boys. I'll see you next week.
All right,
And,
homie.
Enjoy. Take
good,
care, guys.
Cement.
Bro.
All right,
Take it
brother.
easy,
You
bro.
too, bro.
Have a good night.
Peace.
Okay, I'm refreshing the fresh. Get some videos going. We could keep talking color while we watch videos.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god. He's killing it, eh? Dad bod. It's fucking
Yeah, he
murdering it. Ooh.
He's a cutter. He has some sick spots too.
Virjon's
Oh.
birthday. Happy birthday. I don't know if we saw him tonight.
His birthday.
Young Ripper himself, Jivo.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the trying to learn the getting into the HDR stuff has definitely been a whole nother level of insanity, but it's definitely made me grow in a big
That's
way.
rad. That's rad.
Like,
Kid kills it.
Yeah, dude.
This looks like a fun spot. Oh, it's just everybody goes here. It's just lit up. Oh yeah. Is this
shit.
where is this? East Coast?
nah, this is down south. I think this is
Yeah, it's East
Georgia
Coast.
or no, they were just in Georgia, weren't they?
Yeah, they're traveling all around right now.
I thought they were just in Georgia. This may be in Florida.
Florida and Georgia.
Oh, this might be that spot where Mihop used to hit a lot. Is
Yeah.
that one? Yeah, I think Mihop and fucking Erod maybe. I don't know. Can't confirm nor deny. Some of these fixtures look super familiar though.
That spot there.
Oh yeah.
And he's tearing it up.
Was he 10 now? Kills it better than people twice his age.
He's 10?
Dude, the
Yeah.
number.
Get it, bro. Get it. That's what we need. Progression.
Killing it.
Raise the bar.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely jealous of teenagers in this time and day and age because
Right?
I wish I had these toys when I was that age.
Same, right?
You know, it's like,
Even when I was like in my
And,
early
yo-
20s, it would have been sick.
Oh, yeah.
look, at the end of the day, like I realize, like I'm getting up there in age, and even on my really good days, I'm still not as fast as some of the kids. It's just fucking nature, you know. In
Yeah,
terms
it's
of
how it
like,
goes.
in terms of like, you know, even like in gaming, like
Yeah.
I play some competitive shit, have high rankings, but there's kids out there that are like 14 or number fucking one. He's 14, you know? So it's like, there's no fucking,
Well, we're passing down all that shit in our RNA and DNA, right?
Yeah, right?
I think part of it is at a certain point in your life, you can't spend all your time doing the thing you love. You have to fucking go to work.
But I mean, aging, you know, your electrons in your body don't respond as fast as a fucking 14-year-old's, you know? Like, it's just...
I'm gonna be in denial about that for the next 10 to 20.
Bro,
so.
like I said, like I get my like fucking Valorant yearly fucking thing, and like, dude, I was in the top 1% for wins in Valorant this last year. I'm almost 50, bro. Top 1%.
There you go.
I like to think that I'm not too old to be outgunned. I mean, 36, I could definitely tell.
I'll definitely give a kid a run for his money.
I can't keep up with some fucking early 20-year-olds, but I could still push it.
But fucking, you know, reaction time, it fades with age. It's a physical, natural thing. What do we got? This is race.
This is Raccoon FPV.
Raccoon?
Yeah.
Don't you run when you hear the sirens coming. When you hear the sirens coming, you better not run, 'cause the sirens not coming.
I feel you, Darts, man. I know. There's a couple of us that are definitely up there. That's why I quit smoking. I was like, I gotta fucking... My golden years, I want to be able to breathe. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to think now. I'm 10, 11 months? I don't even know, man. I gotta ask Joe Stan.
Shit, has it been that long?
Yeah, I gotta ask Joe Stan. He's the only one to keep a track. I would like.
And y'all stopped the same week, I think.
Yeah, he stopped like 2 or 3 days before I did, and.
Oh yeah, sick ripping Raccoon.
And yeah, it fucking still going. Next, we're gonna have our weight loss, our weight loss goals.
If I lose any weight, I'm gonna disappear.
Yeah,
well, I got
Start smoking cigarettes and then quit. You'll gain some weight.
No, I won't. I will not. It's in my fucking DNA to be a skinny fuck.
We can share with you, bro.
Maybe.
If I could, man, I would love to gain some weight.
Wait, are you 60 motherfucking 2 here? Wow.
Yeah.
You're almost as red. You're wait. He might be older than B-Red. Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
Hey, B-Rad's right around there, and he flies jets for a living, so, you know.
Oh shit.
We got Phoenix FPV. His
Fucking
latest vid. This dude kills it.
Captain B-Rad in the house.
Ooh, I like that spot.
This is, yeah, it's a 6 spot.
Flying tight too. Nice.
I need some ancient ruins to fly around. Come on.
Right?
Yeah, no shit. I want a castle.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Oh, that was nasty.
My last like 2 weeks of fucking flying like have been me sitting in my car for 30 minutes being like, well, where do I fucking go? Because like I got a whole whopping 2 spots to choose from in my town now. So like anything that I want to go fly is like a 40-minute drive. and it's always a gamble whether I get there and it's flyable because of either people or some other bullshit. That's why I hate winter. I mean, if I was willing to be cold, I'd have a lot more spots to fly, but nah, fuck that.
Enoch was always hitting the winter rain spots, always. He taught me about conformal coating, that wonderful man is.
Conformal fucking coating for the win. Or you could slather it with the whatchamacallit, worry-free.
Oh, right.
I forgot about that.
This dude is fucking murdering this place.
Yeah, he is, bro.
Literally.
Yeah,
Like, straight murder.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Woo!
Oh shit.
We did that like half a trippy spin, and then he just did
He
like
just
a
hits every
three-quarter.
fucking gap. He's like, knows where
Every.
every single one of them is.
Would like to know his monthly camera bill.
Trippy spins a building on top of it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Killer.
trippy spin. We did that like half trippy as a transition around that fucker, and that was smooth as fuck. I was like,
Yes, clear nail polish. Exactly.
Got RC fan.
clear nail polish? I wouldn't use clear nail polish personally.
No, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't use anything that's not conformal coating. It's
Conformal
coating.
and worry-free are already nasty enough when you burn it off. I don't know. I think.
Good point. Yeah, you gotta burn that shit off.
Well, if you have to make a repair or like I conformal my boards before I solder them, and then I reconformal the solder when I'm done, and those connections, you know. But when you make a repair, I don't know about burning nail polish and how I feel about that. What do you think, Artie? Have you ever had to solder nail polish?
I mean, I can see where somebody would use it.
Clear nail polish can work in a lot of situations, I think, where you're definitely not.
I bought a bottle from Conformal.
If you're not gonna, if you know you're not at a high risk of repair, you know what I mean? Like, I have used clear nail polish on certain applications, but not my FCs and shit.
I mean, let's
I use colored nail polishes for marking shit all the time, or Sharpies, paint markers. That
I mean, does acetone melt conformal coating?
Oh yeah, conformal.
If it does, maybe that's all it is. Who knows?
acetone. I mean, acetone will take. I use acetone to clean my print surfaces on the printer from time to time.
I mean,
I wouldn't put anything like that.
I wouldn't use acetone on an FC though, because I mean the thing is, there's glue in the PDB or the PCB. The actual boards, there's like stuff in there that you wouldn't want to risk fucking up.
To get
you
nail
know?
polish off? No. The
Like
way I look at it is it's nail polish, not conformal coating. As similar as it might be, the chemical structure is different, the temperature heat resistances are different. It becomes brittle at a fucking lower temperature than actual conformal coating does. So it's just, if your idea is to protect your shit against water, just do it right the first time and not have to worry about it.
I mean, I definitely agree. I mean,
In a pinch, I think that it could
just
definitely work.
wonder,
I mean, like, everything's with
Well, I've
compromise.
seen people do
I haven't
that before.
A/B'd
use the nail polish as conformal coating, and they never have anything good to say about it. So it's, I don't see what the point
I haven't
is.
used nail polish in that context. Like I said, I have
Yeah,
used
I
it.
haven't either.
I've used it as insulation and coating for some things, but not for that application. And my gut says no.
yeah.
He says he was kidding. Well, Marcel, like some people actually do use it for coating. So you never know.
Well, like I said, you
This is what is real.
conformal's pretty easy to get rid of if you need to. I'll use nail polish to mark shit all day long, though.
Hashtag no polish.
I didn't even realize anybody asked about the nail polish in the
Clip
chat.
away.
It was just a topic.
No.
No, so what's up with those fucking toroidal fucking props at MIT's? Y'all, see, I'm sure everybody's seen them. The
I see
fucking
that.
Yeah,
the
that shit looks
silent
We're about
ones.
to make
See
that'd be great
Windows
if you.
video?
Well, it kind of goes in with our conformal coating because those are usually fucking made for propellers on a boat. So
The
maybe we're going to be
toroidals.
put our quads in the water now.
Well,
Make
you could definitely
submarine
make them
quads.
into a submarine, I think, pretty easily with them
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I don't know if like a company comes out with some, you know, injection molded print fucking props like we normally have, I'll try them.
But how
Probably
deep
gonna
could we
suck.
go though? Like
The-
signal
well,
loss is
yeah,
at what?
the signal loss for you're not getting
Yeah,
far
you need a cable.
Yeah.
underwater.
They sell some cool ROVs at fucking at Best Buy. I was so tempted to buy one when I was working there.
Cement had one. We gotta ask him how his fucking rover is, if he's used it since he's been down here. I think he did use it once. I haven't had a report for a while though.
I didn't get it because the fucking areas around here is just dark water and I wouldn't be able to see shit anyway.
You have all dark water.
Yeah, it's East Coast. Good luck finding fucking nice blue water up here.
Woo.
I mean, I could probably take it into a lake, but even those are fucking usually murky as shit too.
Yeah.
Just brag. Yeah.
It's a whole nother fucking hobby I don't have time for. Submarines. Now, if I could get in
Cool
the
around a
rover,
swimming pool, I guess.
if I could get in the rover, that might be fun. I had the money
It's
to
you
buy
ever
my
seen
own
those fucking
rover.
you ever seen those fucking little like skis that are like you sit in them, they look like a dolphin, they like go underwater and
Yeah.
fucking go over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to fucking play with one of those so bad.
When I was young and fit, I wanted to get into kite surfing really badly too.
I want to film
Yeah.
kite surfers.
Bro, yeah. Kite surfing's
Kite
awesome.
surfers. There's some kite surfers that go film it flying near this beach I film at all the time. I'm
Not
always afraid to
Paris-
film them though.
Yeah.
No, kite surfers, they fucking sit there with a big ass fucking kite above them and then they're on the fucking board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rad.
Yeah,
Super,
I'm, like,
super cool.
First time
like, I
I
want
ever.
to check it out, but they're usually like 400 or 500 yards off the fucking
Bro,
shore, and I'm
those
like,
dudes-
I don't want to fly that far out.
Those folks are built like brick shithouses. That is a very strenuous fucking activity. You did a bit
Not
of
parasailing, but what do you call it when you're just in a like a parachute and you're just cruising down the mountain? What do you call that?
paragliding.
Paragliding.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I would do the hell out of that.
I like the, I think the motored paragliding. What is it called?
Yes.
That looks cool. That looks cool as fuck.
I think it's still just paragliding, but with a motor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if
Might
there
be.
was like a special name for it.
Paragliding with with motor. Paraglide with motor.
Motor gliding.
Motor
I mean, I
gliding.
don't disagree, Blizzard. I think that I thought it was kind of hilarious, but I think there is a time and a place for quiet props, not for ripping, obviously. And there is like something about the growl of props that I just
Karen's
love.
nail polish.
Yeah, it's just powered paragliding.
Powered paraglide.
Yeah.
Paramotoring.
Paramotor.
Paragliding.
Paramotor boating.
Yes.
Everybody's
Yeah.
favorite activity.
Yeah, man.
Is this
Lots of
Bob,
rippers
Or
tonight.
is this Jiva again?
This is
It's fly fish, ain't it?
fly fish. Yeah.
There's Jibo.
I'd probably fly in a similar spot, or they're obviously at the same spot.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot of clothes on. Are you sure this is Florida?
Check out some of this shit, guys. Look at that. Look at that.
No, I'm not sure at all.
Oh, shit.
Well, boys, I gotta go wish my kids a good night, and
Word.
we'll say good night
All right,
to
bro.
you, boys.
Thanks for coming on,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Hey,
Yeah, for
dude.
sure. Good to see you,
Yeah,
boys.
good to see you, man.
Good to see you as well, man.
For sure.
Cheers, bro.
Thanks for
Always
stopping in.
welcome.
Yeah. Have a good night. See you later,
You
chat.
too, bro.
Much love, bro. Good night.
Peace.
You can't be getting excited. Let it fly.
Oop.
All right, so somewhere over there. Hell yeah.
A boss life.
Road angle 15-3 in first. Cross line 17 flat in second. Specimen 17-9 in third.
Damn, there was no gate.
I need to get into racing, man.
I do too.
Even if it's just buying some gates and then taking it to one of my open fields and just ripping some gates.
I mean, we started with fucking PVC,
Packs
And-
too, man.
made this shit work.
Been so easy.
I'm trying to remember what I spent. I think I bought, of course, that was before construction materials weren't like astronomically expensive too, but
Well, bro, I just got 200 feet, so we just had some like crazy shit.
200 feet of what?
PEX tubing.
Of hex? Hex?
PEX.
Oh, PEX.
PEX.
Oh.
Like PEX pipe. So, like it's bendy, it's plastic, it's plumbing shit. Because somebody like tried to hack my wife's Home Depot account.
Tried
It's
to
an
do
interesting
what?
thing to hack.
Yeah.
Tried to hack what?
Was he
Yeah,
trying to
Home
steal a
Depot.
fucking lifter?
Well, no, we didn't. We don't have a like a Home Depot credit account. So somehow they attempted to open one and fucking purchase the shit. But anyway, they did, and they delivered the shit. They fucked up and left our address or something on there.
So they delivered it to you?
So delivered me like couple 100 feet of fucking PEX to me for like a building site that's somewhere in my town.
Wow.
It's fucked, right? But yeah, PEX.
That
PEX
banister
pipe.
This
post.
is the blue shit? I'm not really hip to PEX. What?
Yeah, it's blue.
This is where he's
Blue and
got his
red.
rippies meet up.
Nice.
Why would you use PEX over PVC? Just because of the flexibility? Or
Yeah. Just I can make a bend. I don't need joints. It's quick. It's cheaper.
is it cheaper than PVC?
I mean, for length, I think so. I could be mistaken, but I just got 200 feet of it free. So
Oh yeah, this is a nice video banister.
3/4 inch 10-foot PVC is $5. I'm curious right now. I haven't actually bought anything like this in a while. When I was in the New York City, I bought, I'm trying to remember, I think I bought like 3 or 4 12-foot sections of PVC from a fucking, there was actually a hardware store like literally a block from my apartment in New York City, but I still had to carry it along New York block home. These 12-foot fucking sections of fucking PVC. But that's what I built gate. I had a bag full of fucking elbows and tri connectors and fucking some caps and then all these fucking PVCs over my shoulder. Dude, buying a TV in the city, buying a TV in New York City can be a fucking endeavor, bro. Let me just tell you.
I can imagine. They don't deliver that shit.
You can have it delivered. It depends on how patient you are. Sometimes you're at Best Buy and you decide, hey, I'm gonna buy this TV, and I don't want to wait for them to deliver it. I want to take it home right now. So you and the homie are like dragging it through the fucking subway. It's fucking, you see it all the time, dude. You should see the shit people take onto a subway.
I bet that's good.
Thankfully, I had a homie with a car. I had some dude try to lift my session off one of my drones when I was waiting. I'd just gotten out of a cab and I was meeting a friend. I was waiting and some dude was like up behind me he was trying to lift my fucking session off my quad, off my back.
Damn.
Yeah. Didn't happen. But it was like, I was just like, really, bro?
You are something the whole universe is doing in the same way that a wave is something that the whole ocean is doing. The way to become one with the universe is to trust it. That is to say, to be able to drift like a cloud and flow like water. Seeing that all life is a magnificent illusion and there is absolutely nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, you could have probably went out and ripped a couple packs and got some sick footy with this session after you beat him to death. The interesting thing about the city is, generally speaking, people leave each other alone. Because you never know when somebody's going to be really crazy. Like, actually fucking crazy. Yay, it's not pixelated bukkake. This reminds me of like Frontline Assembly. Or Fear Factory.
Fear Factory.
Remember those guys? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking, I used to love Frontline Assembly, bro. Fucking one of my favorites. I have to revisit some stuff. It's been a while. This also has that old school, like, pig face, ministry, fucking... Does some fucking little, you know...
Nice. Sounds like a nice way to end the trip, Bannister.
Yeah, that's a big trip going from Vancouver down to Florida. It's KMFDM. Oh, yeah. It has to be newer, though, now, because I know most of the old shit. I haven't kept up with KMFDM in recent times. I used to just love, like, I was huge into, like, fucking Ministry, the fucking Revolting Cocks, Pigface, Nails, Assembly, My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. You remember the fucking Front 242? Drug Against War? Skinny Motherfucking Puppy. Fucking love Skinny Puppy, man. Fucking Rabies and Too Dark Park and fucking... Some of the old shit was ridiculous.
Refresh the list after that one. Oh yeah, Dark One. That place is pretty fucking cool.
I don't know the new sheets.
How's the video penetration in that spot?
I just love that he made his edit, like, it just reminds me of fucking music video from that time in certain regards. It has, like, the whole aesthetic, the way he cut some things, the effects.
The color.
Yeah. Definitely have the nostalgia vibes. For reals. Actually, Darkwing, do you ever fucking watch the, alright, hold on. Was this right or wrong, Greg? I can stop. I gotta go all the way to the top to do that, so. Was that the right tune, or the right video, or no?
Next should be...
Let me...
What
the fuck?
Fly High after that.
Am I on the wrong shit altogether? What is going on? This is like the wrong playlist. What is going on? Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh my god, I'm on Vince's list. What the fuck? I was like, this is a playlist from like fucking ages ago, bro. Should be Fly High? Okay, I'm refreshing this just to make sure. I like your poop shirt. poop shirt.
Yeah.
Actually, you see mine?
Yeah, I did. That's what made me think about this.
Well, the fucking outhouse. Okay, let me try to start this shit show over. Okay, Fly High is next. Okay. Let's get this going here. Oh yeah, so I was gonna ask Darkwing. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but fucking, if he likes that stuff, I wonder if you ever watched the Emergency Broadcast Network. They're like the original video sampling fucking mayhem back in the day. Back when the first like Lollapalooza hit and a lot of those bands were hot. Fucking I don't know if you may have seen it. Emergency Broadcast took a hearse and put like a radar dish on it. Put a projector on the one side and fucking projected on the dish, and it spun, and it had a PA in it, and they'd have mics and shit, and they'd fucking go and do these crazy fucking like industrial rap video sampling mayhem things with this fucking hearse. It was nuts, dude. It was. Check them out if you've never seen them. They're fucking really crazy for old school video effects. What up, Spark and Tech? What's good, man?
What up?
Just watching some videos.
This is a fucked up bando.
Bro, this is a hella fucked up bando.
Ballsy as fuck, all that shit.
It's like rebar fucking central up in that shit. Fucking ghost fucking rebar everywhere. We got wind, zombie?
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I've got to bounce.
Right on, right on.
Morning comes early. I love you all.
Good night,
Have a
Artemis.
great night, man.
Peace.
Put on,
Bro, my fucking iPad is frozen out here.
so club, yeah. Finally made it up to the top.
Yeah, the LCD's slow.
Yeah, boy. Whew. Check that view.
Wonder how much of that island you can see if you were to punch out really high.
It looks like a good amount. Punch out, do a fucking super
when
high
jumpy, if-
inverted fucking.
If you're catching the replay of this, because I know you're not in chat right now, do that for us. Nice big punch out. Show us your island. Sick. Be a good opening to a freestyle vid too. I don't know the laws there though for altitude limit. If it's anything like here, he can only go so high legally.
I don't know about on certain islands.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if there's not a lot of air traffic, maybe it wouldn't be. But I imagine since it is a pretty small island, there is an airport there, so
You might take a boat. You never know. It's like Eleuthera in like the Bahamas. You can't. They don't take planes over there. You just hop on a boat.
interesting.
There's definitely small islands that there's no planes. Maybe the water planes, the ones with the pontoon plane, you know, like maybe some of those, but they're gonna land out in the water along the beach or whatever, you know. But generally, a lot of boats. Fucking, it's not too far from the nearest like larger island or whatever. Eleuthero's not too far from. I can't remember what the capital of the Bahamas is. I've fucking been there, but I can't remember the name of it. Or where you fly in.
Cool ass spot.
He's near. Is it? Where's he at though, Greg? Is he like what island is it?
Trinidad,
right? Yeah.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think I've never been to.
I know it's not a huge island.
I've never been to Trinidad.
I'm curious.
I have some friends from there. They have a good music scene. I have a lot of friends that are like sound guys and shit from down there. Nassau, thank you, Darts. You are correct, sir. I've been to Nassau several times actually, but I fucking couldn't remember the name of it listening to my life. One of the artists I worked with had a place down there. And when American Airlines actually opened up their terminal there, we did a concert in the fucking airport in Nassau. And I've also been down there for just hanging out.
Got another islander, Josky. No shortage of awesome places to fly where they live.
Fucking... yeah. Indeed. I'm still mad that drones FPV didn't exist when I was doing the lion's share of my traveling.
We like useless information here, though, it starts.
Dude, yes, indeed. It's only useless until it isn't.
You never know when you might need a piece of info.
It might become useful, it just may not be useful at the moment. I've always been a big fan of it's better to have something and not need it than need it and not have it.
Snapple Facts has armed me with a bunch of random shit.
Snapple Facts.
You never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
You never know. You might need this information.
Like, you never know when I'm counting mosquitoes' teeth.
That shit could come up on Jeopardy, bro. Like, you need that shit. It might be the difference between that fucking paycheck, bro. You never know. Yep. Useless info is always welcome here. We always try to bring our share of it every week.
47. Mosquitoes have 47 teeth.
That might be a tsetse fly. Don't leave us hanging.
Yeah, see? I mean, that could have been a life or death situation. Now you know. 47.
That's fucking hysterical.
I'd use that that big ass hill in the background, part of my rep. If I ever flew in an area like that.
Maybe he doesn't want to walk.
That's true. It's true.
There's some houses or something up on that hill though, too. We need more we need to normalize FPV parks.
Seriously.
I mean, you know, skateboarders get skate parks, but they had to work fucking hard to get those, so, you know, we have to get some FPV parks happening. Oh!
We got T-Lex FPV.
Yeah. Make sure you go out and give these guys a fucking like and a sub.
Yeah, absolutely. And he went far off after the dive in that building.
That's a hell of a bridge.
Yeah.
All the way from Vietnam, huh? Holy shit.
Nice.
Oh shit.
That was sick, T-Lex.
Oh.
Keeping on back for the next say something. Never tell her back that I never stay running. Sipping
The hell of a cruise, damn. I think that's what he said, Blue.
What's that?
The type of quad he was using, I forget, it was a Falcon something. Nice. Pretty epic. That was a hell of a dive, damn.
I don't know about you, but I'm having a really great time. There's no way that I can express to you what I'm feeling right now. My heart is full.
But that was pretty epic.
Hell yeah. This is the Hero 11.
Looks like it, yeah. That was a pretty clean shot.
Yeah. This is... Oh, Hero 11. Hell yeah.
That'll be all.
This guy, David Kipping, sorry. He runs the Cool Worlds fucking shit that's looking for alien civilizations. Check him out. Is that the... Hold on. That Lex Freeman. I'll drop the link in.
Something I can eat after I eat, or something I can watch after I eat this chocolate bar.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Actually, you should...
Please link me that.
Yeah, I'll put it in chat. It's yeah, it's about alien civilization and habitable worlds, and that's where they're talking about like the how the planets have to be in certain geometry to even basically register as a blip of shadow on what they're fucking doing when they're looking out there with these telescopes and shit. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, definitely watching this in a little bit.
Yeah. I need to finish watching it. It was very interesting indeed. It's nerdy. Columbia University.
Damn, it's 3 hours, 4 hours long.
It's a long one. Yeah, you don't have to watch the whole damn thing, obviously, but it's just watching the beginning. Like I said, like I watched a good hour or so of it last night, I think, before I had to move on. Like it kept my attention actually, so it might actually be perfect for something. I don't know. If you're interested in that shit, check it out. Right? All right. Well,
alrighty.
That's it.
Thanks for coming out, everyone.
Where did my chat go? I lost my chat. All right, chat. Thanks for hanging there with us. We love you guys. You guys be safe. Get out there and make some cool shit. Have some fun. Rip some packs if you can, or just stay fucking warm and do something else cool, make something else cool, do something else cool. Yeah, that shit. Y'all have a good night, and we will see you next week. That's it.
That's it.
Bye.
Bye.
Y'all be good now. Make cool shit. Much love. Bye. Fucking split a hat. I could do a fucking split a hat. Done a million times. I could do a fucking split a hat. You pop up, and then roll, then you, that is a split a fucking split a hat. I could do a fucking split a hat. You pop up, and then roll.
I mean,
pop it. You roll.
I don't buy
and
into
then
whatever
you go
fucking
in
bullshit you're saying.
to the shit. Powerly, blind, powerly, then, powerly, blind, powerly, then. I could do a fucking split a hat. Roll, then you, that is split a fucking split a hat. I could do a fucking split a hat. You pop up, and then roll. I mean, pop it.
That's pretty much the only trick that I know.
You guys.
Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight.